Hello, Year 9 Naplan students. This is the fifth and the last numeracy mini test at standard level. The next lot will be intermediate level. This question can be attempted in two ways. First of all, I'll start one way. We have 7 over 10 and we're going to add 13 over 100. And what you notice is that one of the denominators is 10 and one of them is 100. That means we cannot add 7 and 13 together. Why? Because they are not the same. So what we must do is change one of them by multiplying the first fraction by 10, both in the numerator and the denominator. I will change this now into a new fraction, which will be 70 over 100. And now I can add 13 over 100. And because they're both the same denominator, that we can add it together. So that'll be 83 over 100. And now we want to change it into a decimal. So we need to change it into a decimal. It'll become 0.83 because dividing it by 100, we move 2 places to the left. Now, the second way of working this out is that we change the fraction straight away into the decimal. Dividing the number by 10 means we're moving the decimal point 1 to the left. And now we're also going to add 13 over 100. This time we move the decimal point 2 places to the left, which makes this 0.13. Now we need to add this together, so we'll write 0.7. Underneath it we'll write 0.13, and remember to make sure that the decimal places stay on top of each other. And now we can do the addition, so that becomes 3, 1 and 7 is 8. The decimal point stays here and 0. So that we get the same answer as we did previously, 0.83, and that is the answer to A. 1/6 of the people at a lecture are children. There are children and there are adults together at the lecture. Now, 60 children represent 1/6. So, altogether, how many people are at that lecture? So, altogether, total number of people must be 6 times as much. So, 6 times 60, and that will make it 360 people. Now, because there's only children and adults, and we know that there are 60 children, so if we take away 360 and we take away the children, which is there are 60, we will get the number of adults, which will be 300 adults. So 360 was the total amount of people and 60 were children. And if we take away the children from the total, we'll get 300 adults. So our answer is 300. To answer this question, you need to know the place value and the position of each digit number. So starting with 12, the position of the decimal will go straight after 12 because 2 is the unit and 1 is the 10 value. So if we want to add the next number, which is 1.2, we must make sure that the place value of the decimal stays in the same place underneath. So we would then write 1 in place of unit and 2 after the decimal. And when we add the last one, 0.12, make sure once again that the place value of the decimal is in the same place, and therefore it'll be 0, 1, 2. So now that you've noted that all the decimals are in the same place value, we can start adding this number. So we'll have 2, then we can add 1 and 2, and now we must place once again the decimal point and continue adding 0 plus 1 plus 2, which is 3, and followed by 1. And our answer is 13.32, which is exactly where on D. Since you can't use the calculator, we need to decide where root 70 is between 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8, or 8 and 9. Let's start by squaring 5. 5 squared is equal to 25. And we know that the root of 25, therefore, will be 5. Let's go to 6. 6 squared is equal to 36, and therefore the root of 36 is equal to 6. We're nowhere near yet because we want root 70. Continue. Let's go and see if we can find what is 7 squared. 7 squared is 49, and the root of 49 is going to be 7. We're not near 70. Let's continue. What about 8 squared? 8 squared is 64, and therefore root 64 is equal to 8. We're pretty near now 70, so let's go and find out what is 9. 9 squared is 81, and the root of 81 is 9. Now I can see that root 70 is somewhere along between 8 and 9, root 70. And so in that case the answer must be D. And that's the last of the standard level I've got. So now I'm going to go into the intermediate level, which is slightly higher. So I hope that this was helpful to you, because we're going to get more challenging questions actually. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments box.